Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Healy Advanced Training, and today we are going to talk about manifesting money. So I'm going direct straight to the topic about money as it concerns every single one of us. All right. So last year when I had my session, I concentrate a lot on using Healy frequency. Now this year you can see that my topic includes consciousness. All right. We use Healy and sometimes we just use and vibrate without putting in our consciousness, without consciously sending our intention, creating our intention, what we want from using the devices. All right. Okay, so today we are going to talk about our programming. Okay, so we have used Healy for quite some time. Some of us are seeing very good results, but some of us are, so not quite satisfied with the results, or some of us are not seeing the results that we wanted. Okay, so we are going to look at our programming. How do we get certain programming? Are you programmed to be poor? Do you have poverty consciousness instead of abundance consciousness? How do we know? Correct or not? How do we know? Every one of us wants to get rich, right? And we think that we have abundance consciousness because we are so focused in our intention, but there is sabotage, coming to us from behind us, and we may not be aware. And today I want to talk about how we can become more aware of this kind of unconscious programming that actually sabotage us without us knowing. Okay. Yeah. So do you enjoy your relationship with money? Okay, we see money as energy. We see money as a tool. Okay, what else do we see money? And then yeah, we all say that we love money, we love to have more money, but if it's a relationship, that means it's mutual. Yeah, it's mutual. We all love money. But the question is, does money like you? Does money like us? Okay. Um, does money want to be with you? That's the thing. Okay. So it's not so much about how much you can earn. Earning is one thing, but keeping and retaining money is a totally different issue altogether. All right. So it has to do with whether money wants to continue to stay with you or just flow through you and then happy to leave, bye bye, and does not come back to us. Okay. So we want to see where we are, you know. So everybody here thinks that, okay, we love money, we love money. So, what are some of the underlying truths, truth, that sometimes we just close our ears, cover our eyes, and we don't want to know. Okay. And we may actually be deceiving ourselves thinking that we have a positive relationship with money. Okay. So today we are going to explore that. We're going to explore that. All right. So let's start with the disclaimer as usual. This platform here is for education only. So I'm sharing from my experience from using the Healy and the truth about money that Healy has revealed to me. And today I'm going to show you so that you can also use the tool to find out. That means to keep an open mind and see what Healy can read from your information field and tell you, okay, rather than what you have been telling yourself, okay? Yeah. So that we do not deceive ourselves. So we have to be open to knowing the truth, be open and see how we can actually grow from there. All right. So whatever that I share here, it is not the truth. So don't see me as the guru, and therefore whatever that I say is the truth. This is where you have to apply your own discretion, independent judgment, okay, into your own context, because each one of us has a different background, different context in our life and all that. So you cannot just take everything 100% as truth. Okay, so you have to do your own filtering, your own judgment as well. So this is for those who are also using Healy to complement and support your health. Okay, so it is not a medical device. So if you have any issues, symptoms, please also seek professional advice and use the Healy to complement so that you can see the results faster. Okay, so for those who are seeing me for the first time, hello. Okay, yeah, I'm Christi Wong from Singapore. So I've been a certified bioenergetic profiling life coach since 2017. So I have some counseling, meridian background by training. Actually, I'm an A-level biology educator. So I've been doing wellness education for many, many years, incorporating everything that I've learned. Okay, so I put and integrate everything together, and I've put together this set of 5 books, which is my Healy resource. Okay, so it's my encyclopedia for Healy because I learned from so many different places and I compile everything together. Now, since we are talking about manifestation today, this set of 5 books is actually manifested. Okay. I have been wanting to write books to become an author, those international bestseller. And then they sit down there, 1 million copies sold, and then it's translated to several languages. That is actually one of my dreams. One of my dreams. So it's more than a decade ago, 10 to 15 years ago, that this thought was actually seeded and it was just sent out into the universe. But at that point in time, I told the universe, I have no idea what kind of books I want to write, but I want to be that kind of author. That was that wild dream that you have, and you just put it out there. Once in a while, you think about it. Every time I read, those self-help group that is very inspiring, motivating, it will bring back the desire. Oh, I want to write this kind of book. Okay. And without me knowing, it was just something that I put it out there. And when I use the Healy, okay, without me knowing, because of the need of the Healy users, it started to come back to me again. Why not I put everything into a book? And that was how the first book was born. And then after that, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. That's how it happens. Okay. But there was time when we don't have the Healy device. So it took me like over a decade to manifest something like this. But when the first book actually got published, it was like, wow, this was something that I said to myself I want to be so many years back. So whatever intention that you actually send to the universe, I realized that it was never forgotten. It was never forgotten. It was actually recorded, and at the correct timing. And when I'm ready, now, why is it that I'm ready? Probably because I've gone through so many years accumulating all this knowledge that the universe decide, okay, now is the time for you to put together everything that you have into that one book. Okay. So be daring to dream, be daring to set intention and just send it out there, broadcast. And when the time is right, yeah, the universe will do the correct matchmaking and say, okay, yeah, now is your time to do this, yeah. So just be patient. All right. So for those who wants to find out more, you can go to my YouTube channel, use Healy, Healypedia, 2 different channels to find out a bit more. Now, this year, 2026, is actually a pivotal year for humanity. Okay. Yeah. So I saw on YouTube a lot of messages actually comes out. Okay. Different people are saying that this is the beginning of a new era. All right. So 2026, if we add up all the number, 2 plus 2 plus 6 is actually 10, and you add up 1 and 0 is 1. So year one is actually the beginning of a new cycle. So it's transformation. Okay. It's something new, meaning that you can actually it's a good time to set new intentions and decide what you want to do. So it can be a transformation, it can be a renewal and all that. So it seems that for the entire humanity, we are entering into a new era. Okay, so all of us are involved in this new transformation, new cycle. Okay, so today I'm going to bring you through how, actually not so much of how, because how, you can find how, so many methods out there. Okay, in YouTube, in books, so many manifestation guru. How is not limiting, but is why we fail to manifest when manifestation is supposed to be so easy. Okay, so how do we actually bring a thought, which is an invisible energy form, into material 3D, something that we can see, we can hold? So it's actually materializing our thoughts, our intention. Okay, some can do it very easily. Okay, some fail, some give partial results. So now is to find out what are the interference, okay, that actually intervene and, sabotage us. What are the sabotage? And then how to actually use this body to broadcast your intention. Okay, that's the biology part of it. Which part of your body is actually frequency or intention broadcasting station? Okay, so you have a built-in Healy or MagHealy within you. Okay, and recently I read about that and I was like, whoa, that was interesting. And then I will also talk about how to actually speed things up or amplify using the MagHealy frequencies, or even reprogram some of the self-sabotage patterns so that you can actually input, okay, reprogram, and then make things happen using Healy and MagHealy. So it doesn't matter which device you have, either one will still be able to help you as well. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can actually type them into the chat. I will look at them later on. Okay, if it's relevant, then I will answer it. Okay, yeah. So manifestation, what exactly it is? Okay, how to bring something that you want, which is your desire, into the 3D world reality. Now, it is actually very simple. Okay, if you go to a restaurant, right? Whether you alone, you go with your friends, okay, or you go with your partner, you sit down there, okay, you will flip through the menu, okay, look at all the pictures and then see what you want to eat, correct or not? Then you will pick, you will select your food, you will select your drinks, and then the waiter comes, and then you will just place your order. And then after that, what you do, you just sit down there with your companions, and then you chit chat, and then you talk about everything about life, laugh, enjoy yourself. And then, do you actually care what is happening in the kitchen? You don't care, right? So you just have faith and trust that once you submit your order, the kitchen, the chef is going to do all the work. And when they are done, is going to serve at your table. Okay? Yeah. So this is exactly in simplified way to help us to understand that is actually manifestation. So when the food actually comes before you and when you are enjoying your food, that is actually manifestation. It's because from your selection, from your desire, it is sent out there and then it bounces back and comes back to you in reality. Okay, something that you can enjoy. So manifestation is just that. But when it comes to money, somehow we think that it is different, but actually it's not different. It's actually the same. Okay, it's just that when we broadcast and tell the universe that this is my intention, my desire, from that on, we feel stress rather than having that faith that the energy outside is actually changing, shifting to make things happen for you. Okay. Yeah. And you just wait and do what is necessary step by step and trust that it is going to happen. Okay. But that journey for us when it comes to money or whatever that we want to manifest is just like something so impossible. Okay, yes, I forgot one thing to mention. Somebody is asking about wordly, the translation. Okay, so I'm supposed to mention earlier, I forgot. Wordly is no longer available. Okay, so now what happened is that YouTube actually has a new function that is auto dubbing, meaning that when when the company actually upload this video into the learning hub for the YouTube channel, what happens is YouTube will then automatically auto dub from English to whatever language that you can select. Okay, so therefore they are trying out this method to see whether it is possible that we can do without the wordly translation. Okay, and just let the YouTube do the translation for us. Okay, so that is wordly. So for those of you who needs the translation, you may have to wait until the company upload this recording onto the YouTube. Then you can select your language. All right. Okay, so let's continue from here. All right, so that's manifestation, but it's so difficult because we send mixed signal. We want something today. 1 month later, we don't see anything happening. We change. Okay, let me send another intention. And then in between, doubt come in, insecurity come in, fear comes in. So it's like back and forth, back and forth. I want, I don't want, I want, I don't want, I want, I change my mind and all that. So the universe is getting so many mixed signals from us that there is a delay in actually getting things done for us. Okay. All right. So what are the mixed signals? So today we are going to find out how to actually find out for yourself what are the misaligned signals that you are sending out there. Okay, you may think that you are like this when it comes to money, but actually subconsciously it is different. Okay, it could be some of the money patterns, and actually most of the money patterns are actually fear-based. Okay, and we're using the aura. We're using the aura. And if you have been using the aura for some time, some of you may actually see some of the statements that are here. So you may actually know what are your limiting money beliefs. All right. But some of you may not. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at this. These are actually screenshots, snapshots from Aura Analysis, which is the blue app, Healy Aura Analysis. So if you have Healy Resonance Plus and above, you would have the Aura module. Okay, now some of us, we love money, but when it comes to money, we feel stress. Okay, it's stressful. Why is it stressful? Automatically, when you talk about, oh, I have to make this amount of money and all that, automatically you'll find that the insecurity will surface. Okay, you find that when you talk about money, you always feel that you don't have enough money. Insecurity. Or when you talk about money, it reminds you of arguments, fighting. For example, when you're very, very young, okay, let's say you want to buy a toy car when you ask for it, then you see that both your father and your mother, they are arguing with each other. Okay, one said yes, one said no, no, no. You have to use this money for other things and all that. So you find that it reminds you of argument. All right. Some of us may think that, oh, it reminds you of the very bitter divorce settlement. You know, it's like, oh, back and forth, back and forth. It may remind you of debt that you have to pay. It may remind you of business failures. So when you think about money, okay, or when you talk about money, or when you plan your money, okay, stress. Your body unconsciously will feel so much stress. Okay, so that's one possibility. These are the sabotaging or unconscious things that is behind. Although money to you is like, hey, more money is good. But subconsciously, your whole body, you feel that it will sort of like feel unease. All right, so those are signs. Pay attention to your body. Which part of your body actually feels uneasy? Okay, is it the heart? Is it the mind? Is it the throat? Is it the shoulder? Shoulder means burden. Yeah. Is it the leg? Yeah. Which part of the body feels unease? Now, some of us may get this. This person is living through other people's money. So sometimes you dislike having to ask money from others. Okay. For example, if you're a spouse, okay, so you'll find that, when I have to buy something, I always have to ask from my husband, or you have to ask from your parents, okay, or you're living in debt through bank loans, to credit card debts, or selling becomes a struggle, because you find that if you have to sell something, like let's say Healy, you sell Healy, and you feel that the money that you earn is as if you are getting money from clients to support your lifestyle. Okay, so if you have this kind of thoughts, unease or resistance, about all these things, then you will feel this may actually come out. Okay. Nicola asks, what was the statement I put into the aura to get this kind of focus results? You don't put in any statement, okay? You only have to put in your photo, and then you start doing the scan. All right. But your first scan may not come out all this. Later, I'll tell you, okay, how to get all these things out. Okay. All right. So next one is, there is a state of control. We just look at this. Don't bother about the numbers on top. Yeah. Just the statement, because the statement is actually telling us what the device can actually pick up from our information field. So there is a state of control of money. For example, what does money means to you? Okay, could be freedom. What is freedom? Freedom of time, freedom of that means I can quit my job. Okay, that you don't like, and start your own company. That to you may be freedom. Okay, money, having more money would boost your confidence, will make you feel more successful, or make you feel safer. Okay, or respect. So sometimes you may feel that, okay, your spouse or your in-laws, they do not respect you because, they think that you're not earning enough. So you thought that, oh, having more money means I can gain love and respect. So it could be that. Okay. Yeah. So think through. When you get the statement, I'm here giving you examples. It's not limited to this. But when the statement comes out, then you ask yourself, money means I can control what? Money, if I have money, it means what are the dot that I can actually control. Yeah. Okay. Now, the person uses money to exert emotional control or emotional extortion. Okay, so emotional extortion here means blackmail, emotional blackmail. Okay, means that, let's say, when you feel that you don't have the money, you find that, okay, your bosses, okay, look down on you. They give you all the dirty job and all that. Wow, if I have money, it means that, okay, I have more power. I can break rules. Okay, I can go late to work. Yeah, people will look at me because now I can have my Ferrari. I can have an expensive car. I can live in a penthouse. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, yeah. People will serve me better. Okay, you go to high-end restaurants, and then you see the service that you get, and then that inflate your ego. So this is actually using money to exert certain control. Okay, yeah. All right. Now, there can also be what? Material things. Some of us may feel that material things such as money are not considered important. And this may come from a few of these. These are just examples to stimulate your mind to actually think. If you have this statement comes out, in what way do you sometimes tell yourself that money is not important, love is more important, health is more important, okay? But everything is actually important, all right? But we cannot just put one. Sometimes we justify that we don't have enough money. It's like, oh, okay, just enough is good enough lah. Okay, we don't have to be super, super rich. So sometimes you feel that having too much money may make me proud. Too much money can make me do more evil things, spend unscrupulously and things like that. So we try to justify that having enough money can actually cause me to go astray. Okay, or you feel that undeserving. Wealth is not meant for people like me. Undeserving. Okay, yeah. So, what are some of these things that you've been telling yourself if you get this particular statement? Okay, now there is no joy in the pursuit of professional activity. Now, how does professional activity relate to money? Because that is a source of your income, which is very important. So, how do you see your work? Because your work is the exchange for money, all right? The energy that you put into your work, your livelihood, and then in exchange, you get the money. So, if you go to work or the work that you do, if you feel that I'm just working for the sake of putting food on the table, okay, for my family, to own a car, to pay rents, to pay bills, okay, and then you feel that every morning when you go to work, there is no excitement, okay, you lost your sense of passion for the work, after 10 years in doing that work, you feel that you are just going through a routine every single day. So when you actually drop to that state, how are you going to get promotions? How are you going to get noticed at work? Okay, so people notice you when you are full of joy and fulfillment, even if it is work that you have done for 20 years, 15 years. When people see that you're so passionate about work, then your tendency, your chances of getting promoted or taking on higher responsibility, which will then bring in higher income, will be more likely. Okay, yeah. So, what is the attitude behind your work? Now, some of us are in a line of work that may not suit you anymore, but you continue to stay in it, okay, because you do not want to face the change anymore. So you may want to see that, is there anything else that you can do? All right. Yeah. Now, this one also has to do with the money as well. Solar plexus chakra, the person does not take responsibility for themselves but has handed it over to others. Now, there are many ways to look at this statement. Okay, if I am looking at just money alone, I will look at all the statements that come out with respect to money. So, what money responsibility am I avoiding that I would hand over to other people? Okay, money responsibility. Could it be I don't like to make money decisions? So when it comes to buying things, you would like let others make decision. Okay, how much to spend, budget, and all that. I don't do budgeting. Okay, my husband do budgeting, so it will always be passed on to somebody else. Okay, because you feel that I'm not financially savvy, I don't like to manage money. So your relationship with money is like, if you don't manage, if you don't pay attention to money, then money will not pay attention to you. Okay, so are there responsibilities with regards to money that you are avoiding? Okay, running away from? It's time to actually face it again. All right. So this statement here is this person is afraid to make decisions and take responsibility for them. So money decisions. Maybe in the past you have made wrong decision, wrong investment, and you lost the money. And then now you find that, oh no, okay, I don't want to lose the money, and therefore I don't want to make any decisions. You pass it to somebody, and usually what do? We pass it to funds, investment funds. So we don't want to manage. Then we say, okay, we park 100,000 with you. You go and grow my money. So it's like, then after that, what happens? Some of these companies actually lost our money, right? Okay, so that is what happens sometimes when we pass the decisions to other people. All right. Or you tell yourself, I really don't like to manage money. Or every time you manage money, the money will just be gone. Okay. But somebody else manage the money, they make the money. So it's like, okay, you pass it to other people. But instead of that, you have to ask yourself, why is it that every time you manage money, money goes out? Meaning that has something to do with your energy. Money doesn't like you. Money doesn't stay with you, but with other people, they'll stay with other people. Okay, so instead of passing the responsibility to others, is to now make the energetic shift and correction in your life so that money will like you again. Okay, now, sometimes you may get this. Feel like a victim of life. Then you have to ask yourself, do you ever feel that you are a victim of the money system? Okay. How do you, when you talk to friends, when you talk to colleagues, when it comes to money, do you actually complain that the money system is unfair? Do you complain that let's say the promotional criteria in your company is unfair? You know, why is this person promoted? Why is this other person who works so hard does not get promoted? And the other person who seems to, just did not contribute as much, that is the person who get promoted. So is there an unfair system, rewarding system, or is it all about energy? Okay, or sometimes you feel that I have to work very hard to make money, whereas other people don't have to work so hard and then they get promoted. So if you think that you have to work hard for money, that's how money will come to you, through hard work. But the other person who don't do anything get promoted because that person's belief is, I don't have to work hard to get promoted. So the person live the life like that and get promoted because it's all energetic. Okay, what you believe rather than an actual system. Okay, and then taxes. When it comes to business taxes, your personal financial taxes and all that, how do you feel when you pay taxes? Okay, yeah. So why are the poor paying more taxes and then the rich are able to avoid taxes? So all these things, okay, watch what you are saying, because whatever that you are saying is all the broadcasts out there. These are all the signals to the universe. Okay, every time you talk about all this kind of unfairness, more of this kind of unfairness actually comes back to you. Okay, because when you say it, you are telling the universe that this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. So complaining totally does not help in changing your energetic vibration about money. Because every time you complain about all this system, when you say, I have to work hard to make my money, that's what you're telling the universe. So the universe will make it even harder for you to make your money. So your promotion will run away from you because you don't believe that you can get your promotion very easily. So if you believe that you have to work very, very hard to get your promotion, or if you tell your friends, your colleagues, during meal times, nobody noticed me, I work so hard. And when you say that, the moment you say that, you are actually broadcasting to the universe that nobody noticed me, okay, at my workplace. I don't get recognition. Then when you say that, that is what you're going to get. You're not going to get recognition. Yeah. So all these things can be picked up from your information field. So therefore, take it very seriously when these kind of statements appear and see it from different aspect of your life. So if I'm evaluating money, then I'll look at this from the perspective of money. Do I feel like I am a victim of the money system? Okay, so this way you are able to squeeze a lot more from all these statements rather than just reading at it superficially. Okay, now this person take life with difficulty and is burdened with feelings of guilt. You know, this is what I call a money prostitute. Okay, you feel that you have to work very, very hard. It is difficult to make money. Okay, for certain people, they have to work multiple jobs, day and night. Okay, and then they don't see a way out of it. They will think that, yeah, I'm not educated. I don't have the certificates, so therefore I can only do odd jobs, odd labors, and things like that. Whereas some other people, you know, like Steve Jobs and all that, they they can go to school, can go to university, but they drop out, and then in the end they become millionaires. So if you are stuck in a certain mindset like this, if this come out from you, for you, that means you have some of these mindsets. It could be money, or it could be some other areas of your life. It could be relationship, but we're not talking about relationship today. We're talking about money. Okay. And sometimes we put up with terrible people, terrible environment, where the place where you make money, okay, terrible colleagues and all that, because you find that I don't want to leave this place because it will be even harder looking for another job. Or you feel that if I go to another place, unknown, I will still meet some of these people, I might as well stay put. Okay. Yeah. So you stay on to do something that you don't feel any pride in. Okay. Yeah. Because of all this, you find that life is difficult. And everywhere I go is also going to be that difficult. So therefore, just stay put. Yeah. So all these are energy that you send out. This one is cannot accept messages from outside because they think they know better. This prevents them from perceiving the outside as a mirror of their own system. So whatever that is outside is a mirror of what is happening inside. If you see this from the angle of money, it is actually a mirror. Okay, so money, how money comes to you, whether with ease or with difficulty, large amount, small amount, is an indicator of your energetic alignment to the universal abundance. Okay, so if you find that I work this much and I get so little, that is your energetic level when it comes to universal abundance. Okay, yeah. So so money is nothing but an indicator. See it as an indicator, a feedback to you. All right. There are people who ask me, why is it that when I share the Healy with people, with friends, with clients, okay, with strangers, they will always say, "Let me think about it." It will always end like that. So many cases all end with, "Let me think about it." Well, I said that's you. Whenever you want to buy things, for example, you want to buy a high ticket item, you don't make decision instantaneously. You will tell the person, "Let me go and think about it." Okay. And then you will think for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then after that, you will drop the idea and you will not buy it. Okay. So when you have clients like this, or when you share and then you keep getting this kind of responses, is a reflection that this is actually your own system. Okay, not? Yeah. So at one point in time, I keep getting people who want discount. Can you give me a discount? Can you just make a discount? Even when there's no promotion, they want me to give my own discount. You see or not? So, and other people don't get this kind of leads, this kind of cases. So I asked myself, why does everybody seem to ask discount from me? Then I noticed one thing. It is actually my habit to actually get discount. Okay, because the Chinese, I used to stay in China. I used to work in China for several years. And in China, when you go and buy something, they will naturally, it's in the culture that they will quote a high price and they will expect you to bring the price down. If you're very good in bargaining, you can actually get very good value. But if you are newbie and you do not know that's the culture, and then you just buy whatever price that they quote you, that is where you actually pay way above the value. So when I come back to this system, out of the system, the habit is still within me to actually try to do bargaining. So once I stop that, okay, I tell you, no more. People don't come to me and ask for discount anymore. Okay or not? All right. So take the outside messages with regards to money. If people owe you money, people buy and then like, okay, they just either want installment or they owe you money in your own business, for example, and then they don't want to delay in paying you back and all that. Look at your own life. Which are all the other avenues that you have purchased things and you have delayed in paying back all those money? Okay? Pay back all those money as soon as possible. And then you will see a change and a shift. Okay? So in your business, is your own personal finances, look at the messages that is coming from outside because it is actually mirroring your own system. Okay, it's not others, but it's us, and it's projected back to us. Okay, now, unable to accept unconditionally. Do you know we have been asking, let's say, okay, I want to manifest my million, but actually, we are the ones that close the door. We can't accept. Okay, now see how you accept things from people. Do you accept unconditionally when, let's say, people buy you a gift? In the Chinese culture, right? I am taught that nothing is free, and that if people do something good for you, you actually owe people in favor. And then one day, sooner or later, you have to pay back. And sometimes you have to pay back more than what you receive. And therefore, try not to receive any favor from people or any gift from people, etc. So that's our culture, and it's been with me. Okay. And I find that this becomes a inner conflict for me when it comes to receiving money from the universe. Okay. Because why? I want to do something in return for the money. So I feel that I have to give this amount of energy out in order to receive that energy in. You see or not? So it is always transactional. Okay. But manifestation it doesn't have to be that way, It can be just money that comes to you by grace. Not because you have done anything, but because you are open to receiving that reward and energy that the universe wants to give you. Okay, so sometimes we close the door, we put obstacles. I don't deserve it, or I have not done anything for this. Okay, so we tap, put the door. And sometimes we have this. It's better to give than to receive. So we think that, wow, this is such a great thing, right? So what we do is we end up giving so much more in return for something very little. Okay, so these are conditioning that is within us. So we are the ones sometimes that put a limit, or we start to feel inner conflict. Okay, so when a large sum of money comes to you, your inner conflict is, who can I give to? Then you start to think, I have to do something to give it away. Yeah, then you'll find that your money will also leave you. Okay, yeah. So, or you feel unjustified. You feel that, okay, this amount of money that comes to me is far more than what I've done. Then what happens is incidents, events may happen such that this money goes into this payment, a car was spoiled, break down, okay, accidents, and then you'll spend some money to go and repair the car and all that. So the money will start to leave and drop until it is the amount that you feel that the inside you, there is no more conflict. Sometimes things like that happen. You think that it is coincidental, but actually it's not. Okay, it is the internal conflict that is creating this. Okay, the money is this much. I feel I'm deserving only this much. And then the difference will leave you. Okay, through all kinds of events. Okay, it could be somebody falling sick, somebody's hospital bills and all that. So you think that, how come after I get a large sum of money, parents fall sick, car breakdown, aircon start to leak, ceiling start to leak and all that. Yeah, then the money will go away until your internal baseline feels balanced. Crown chakra, direction in life. Okay. Some of us are not doing what you're called to do. That means your own direction and path in life, but you are in the money prison. Meaning that I don't want to risk. Okay. Let's say you are in a very high paying job. It's like, why do I want to risk all this thing, what I have now to go and start from scratch? Okay. Yeah. So you would rather stay where you are than to actually do what is right for you. Okay. Or you say that, oh, I don't have the money to do what you know in your heart is really meant for you to do. Okay. Or I don't have the time to go and pursue this. Okay. Or I do not know what's next. I do not know what to do. Okay. So, yeah, not following because the money, right? A lot of us see where the money is and we chase. Your biggest sum of money, your abundance will follow you when you are placed in the correct path. The path that you are meant to contribute in terms of your energy, your wisdom, your knowledge. When you are in the right path, that abundance will follow you. Okay, but many of us dare not take that risk. Okay, yeah, we'll rather do something else or we'll rather follow what other people do and seem successful. We follow that path, then we go into that internal search. Where exactly is my path in life? Because when you follow that, when you do that, you are not only happy, joyful, the abundance will follow you that way. Okay. So we have this money idol, we look at people whom we think are successful, rich, having what we want to have, that kind of life. Okay. And then we see how they do it to get there. A lot of the times we attend courses like that, right? They'll say, okay, how did I become so rich and all? They will share their way. But that is their path. Okay, it's because they are following their path. That's why they make a lot of money from there. But when you go and follow them, and if it's not meant for you, nothing will happen. Then it's like, I do what you do. Okay, but how come I'm not getting the same kind of success? Because that may not be the path. Okay, so we idolize and we see where the money is. Yeah, so we follow other people like a flag in the wind. Do you know a flag? Okay, so the flag, if the wind blow this way, like that. If it blow the other way, like that. Cannot. So do we find ourselves looking for answers outside? I don't know where money is. I don't know where. So I see where money is. People say, oh, you put the money here, it's going to be Bitcoin. Okay. Or it's going to be a cryptocurrency. Or it's going to be, buy gold or buy silver, do your own business, do Healy business, or do other business, etc. Go YouTube or go TikTok. If it's meant for them, they will flourish. If it's not meant for you, if you follow them, you're not going to flourish. So the end of the day is to come back internally, connect. Why the crown chakra is you have to connect back to your source, your divine, to find out exactly why you are here in this time, in this life. What are you meant to do? So when you reposition and realign yourself, because I talk about misalignment, right? All these are misalignment because we think that all the answers are outside. No, the alignment is when you go inside and find the exact answer, the exact path of your life, what you are meant to do, and that's where uh, the money is. Your biggest money is there. So for each of us, it's different and there's no competition. Totally no competition. Okay? Now, you may be asking, how do you get all these self-sabotaging thoughts or behavior, thinking patterns, and all that? Okay? So how do you get it? When do you actually get it? Okay? Because now we actually do a lot of work. I believe that many of us who use the Healy have been doing a lot of work in transformation. So we attend a lot of courses, we read a lot of books. So consciously we think that, okay, do this, do this, do this. Okay, but what is even more powerful is actually our subconscious. And you look at the age here from 0 to 7, 12, and all that, right? Now, between the age of 0 to 2, meaning that as early as when you are in the mother's womb, okay, your consciousness is not yet operating. So the soul is operating from an unconscious mind, and an unconscious mind has no filter, it absorbs everything. So when you're in your mother's womb, and if your mother goes through a lot of financial stress, okay, because during that time, it could be the period of war. If they go through the First War, Second War, World War, and all that, or if they grow up in a family that is poor, whatever money beliefs, whatever money stress that they have is all downloaded to you from the embryo, fetus form. You take in every single thing. So a lot of all these limiting beliefs are not yours. And you are not even aware about all these things. Okay, so when you see victim of life, when have you been a victim of life? You may not think that, but your mother may think that she is a victim of life, and you actually capture that into your subconscious. Okay, now, so before the age of 2, from 0 to 2, we absorb everything that we are exposed to. Okay, so at 1 year old, when you're asking for a toy, the response that you get, that is with regards to money, you absorb that. Okay, now, between 2 to 7 years old, the child actually operate on two frequency type, the delta and the theta. Okay, so delta and theta is still no filter. There is no conscious filter to say right, wrong. Oh, this one don't follow. This one wrong advice. They cannot filter very much. So therefore, they copy, they mimic. So some of us will find that our relationship with money, we actually copy from our fathers, our mothers. If you are brought up by, let's say, grandparents or nanny, okay, or when you start to go to school, kindy, you start to pick up all these role models that you have. What is the adults' relationship with money? Da, 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 da. You pick everything, and then that's where you record into your mind. And that's how as you become an adult, all these pre-recorded things are in your mind and they play. So if you're lucky, if you're exposed to the correct adults with the correct relationship with money, you have actually a very healthy relationship with money. Okay, but if we do not have that kind of role models, so we end up, okay, part of us wants to break free, but the other part of us is still sunken, stuck in that subconscious state. And therefore we find that, hey, I want to do this, but no matter how I get out, in the end, I come back here again. I want to get out, and then I come back here again. So it goes into that constant cycle of success and then back to square one, success, back to square one. Okay, yeah. So now how? This is a platform of hope. Yeah. So how now do we actually get out of this? Can we get out of it? Can we actually align ourselves energetically and now consciously, no longer subconsciously? Okay. Consciously, how do we actually align ourselves? Use the aura module. Okay. Meaning I use it every single day. Okay. I vibrate 9 hours a day for the aura. Okay. And you will find a few things. The percentage that you see over here. Okay. Sometimes you may find that at the start, the percentage may be 90%. That's very, very high. You want to bring it back down to about 50%. Okay. So 90%, if you see the first number here as 90%, it means what now? It means that that particular issue, intensity is your second number, number 7. Okay. The 90% is priority, the ranking, that particular issue ranked very high. Okay. Yeah. Then this last number here is the source. Where does it come from? Like 1E6 here. 1E6 is actually karma. Okay. Past life. So some of us are still living in the energetic history that have recorded into our energetic field in some previous past life. Okay. If you see 1E12, it is from your parents, 1E24 from your grandparents, 1E36 from your ancestors. The rest is actually from this current life, okay, that you pick up from this current life, okay? Yeah. So over time, as you do the vibration, you want to see the percentage coming down. Okay, that's the main thing. As it comes down, it means that the importance, the ranking starts to become lower and lower, means that that particular issue slowly will fade away. So we want everything to come to about 40 to 60. That is good, ideal. All right. Now, as you do the vibration, you will start to see the statements here changing. You will see more of this kind of statements that I'm going to show you after this. Okay, which is telling you that your root chakra, which has to do with your feelings of security and safety, becoming harmonious. When you see here, the present state here, when it becomes harmonious, that's good. So you will start to see this, that the person begins to have deep trust in life. So with regards to money, when you send the intention out there, the business that you want to build, the career that you want to build, the amount of money that you want to manifest in your life, meaning that once you set this intention, don't keep shifting. Okay, stay with it and have deep trust that events are happening to make this possible for you. So when you go through day by day, is to do what is within your responsibility to do. That means don't run away from the responsibility. Do what you need to do. Like if it's your business, your marketing, your planning, hiring staff. Okay, so all this, do what you still need to do, but trust that every step you take, right, things are changing and shifting and moving in your favor. That's all. Okay, let go, trust, feel secure. Don't decide that, oh, when you have two choices, which is right or wrong. Actually, there is no right or wrong. Okay, there's this lady, Lenka Lutonska. She helped me a lot because she, in one of her YouTube videos, said that don't waste time when you have to choose between A or B. Just make the decision and decide. Because if you choose A, it will still bring you to where you want to go. If you choose B, it will still bring you to where you want to go. So there is no point in having that internal struggle, A or B, and then you delay in making the decision for 2 weeks, 2 months, Okay, actually, it does not matter. Okay, once you trust, you know that you're heading to where you are heading, whichever decision also will bring you there. And after I understood that, or after I adopted that belief, then it freed myself from a lot of struggle, okay, of having to ask experts this or that. No, I just decide. Okay, I just go in, be quiet, which one, A or B, which one I like better. Then I just pick that and know that, that I'm stepping into one step closer to where I want to get. That's it. That's the faith and that's the trust. Okay, all right. Now, with regards to money, you will see this, and this is one of the statements that I like. When the person need it, money is always out there. Okay, so don't worry. It's like, okay, when you look at your bank account, it's like, oh, day by day it's coming lower and lower and lower and lower, right? So, and what we want to see is, oh, I will only feel secure when it goes above this number. Now, if you need the money, when you need the money, if your complete trust is there, right? Somehow the money will come. Either a donor will appear. It could be winning a lottery. It could be you buy stocks, and the time when you needed the money, or don't know what reason, the stock actually went up, and then you can sell your stocks and you can get your money. Sometimes your investment may mature at that point in time where you needed the money. Yeah. So you never know. So therefore, for us, is as you do the vibration, you will see these things comes out. Okay. If it come out very, very frequent for you, that means you reach a state where you are able to let go and trust life. Trust life. Okay. That the money will appear. So don't fret over it. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Then you will see this, your vocation as well. The way you approach your job, okay, your livelihood, your work, you become happy and nurturing. Okay, so you start to change. Yeah. Then this one here, you perceive freedom at a personal level and you feel free to be what you want to be. Meaning that if you have been toying with the idea, should I start my business? Should I change job and all that? When you keep doing the vibration, you will reach a time where you feel so much peace that you feel that, okay, I'm ready to take the step forward or to switch path and all that. It will come very naturally to you. It will come very naturally to you, but you have to be diligent in doing the vibration. Okay, so somebody asked, do you just use the aura or can you use the others through the pink app? Yes. Okay, others in the pink app, like let's say Soul Cycle. Okay, the others will be some other emotions ones. Yes, you can. You can also use the coach and all that to complement together with it as well. Okay, but I find that aura is the one with all these statements. It really reveal a lot of information in your energetic field that you can't see. Okay, and it surface it to you so that you can actually do your own thinking, because only when you are aware that you are stuck here, that you can then pull yourself out. If you are not aware, you can keep doing things, keep vibrating, but if you're not aware, there's no change. All right, so what is awakening or enlightenment is when you are aware, is the awareness. So when you read all these statements, then you are aware where you are stuck. And then the moment you're aware, right? And the moment you are acknowledge it, right? The beauty is it stop having any control over you. You set yourself free already just by knowing. Yeah. And acknowledging it. Okay, so you start to control things that you can control. You don't feel like a victim of life anymore. You start to make decisions, whether it's money decisions and all the other decisions. You find that you don't run away anymore. Then you start to feel personal power. The confidence come not because you have money, So this kind of confidence can come even when you feel that you're short of money, but somehow you feel the energetic shift that you no longer have that kind of fear. Okay, you no longer feel undeserving. Yeah. So you start to feel what? You start to feel the confidence even when your bank account is not that kind of number that you desire. Okay? There is the internal shift. And then as this internal shift takes place, and then slowly the money energy will start to change. All right. Then you start to have charisma, strong personality. And when you become confident, right? People don't care about your bank account, but when your personality and charisma actually becomes brighter and brighter, people start to respect you as the authority. You become more attractive to people. Okay, people comes to you and want to collaborate with you, wants to do business with you. Okay, simply because of how you project yourself. Not people don't see and can't see your bank account, but they can see your energy, and when your energy makes people feel good, okay, you already win people over. Okay, yeah. So here, and what happens to you? You become more and more aware of your gift to the world. Okay, earlier you are lost. You do not know where. Where is my path? But as you do the aura, over time, you will start to uncover, oh, my gift is actually here. Like for me, it's like there was one point in time I don't want to teach. But now I realize that teaching is actually my gift. So I shouldn't change my path. So that's why I now focus a lot on teaching, because that is my path. Yeah. So this is what happens. You will start to uncover and become so sure of what is your gift in this lifetime to the world. And use this gift to give it to the world. The world will receive it with gratitude, and everybody will want to give you money. And that is the path that will make you super, super rich. Okay? When you uncover your unique gift to the world. Okay? Like Steve Jobs. His unique gift to the world is what? The Apple computer, the iPod, the iPad. Okay? He was the first one who put 1,000 songs in our pocket, right? So that was his gift to the world. So he could see that, and he will quit school because there's something that he really wants to do and give to the world, and see how much money he makes. Billions, because he discovered his gift. He didn't wait to finish university to do his to work on his gift. The moment he knows what's his gift, he just get out of university and then he start from where? From the garage, right? Yeah, he built his computer from the garage. So you don't have to be very, very rich, but when you are in your right spot, project yourself to the world, and everybody wants to give you money. Okay, all right. Then here, the person clearly communicates their needs and receive what makes them happy and what they want. This is the ultimate manifester. Okay, when your throat chakra is unblocked. Okay, when everything, all your chakra is all aligned, right? When you communicate something, when you communicate your need, means that you send the intention out there to the universe. This is what I want, right? And this person will receive what makes them happy and what they want. This is the ultimate conscious manifester. And where it lies in your throat chakra. Okay? Yeah. Okay, somebody asked about the negative number here. Okay, there is a negative percentage and then a positive percentage. I have explained this before. You look at your whole entire consciousness as an iceberg, right? Remember last time I draw an iceberg? Okay, so part of the iceberg is underwater, part of the iceberg is above water, right? So when you see a positive percentage, it is something that you are quite aware of because it's a positive, it's above the water. If you see a negative percentage, like what you see over here, negative 68 over here, right? It is something that you may actually not be aware of it. Like let's say this one is the gift to this world. You may actually not be aware of what is your gift and what is your uniqueness. You actually have that, but you are still not quite aware of it. Okay. So when it comes up like that, the Healy is trying to tell you that you actually have a unique gift to this world, but you still don't know. Okay. So you have to go and find out what is this world? What is this gift that you have to the world? Okay. All right. Now, third eye. Third eye is the yin and yang. Yin and yang is, they call this the female principle and the male principle. Okay. Now, when it comes to money, whether you are female or male, we need to have the balance of both. Okay. The balance of both. Now, the male principle is planning, being aggressive, go after, do work, 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 work. Okay. If you have too much male principle, okay, or we call it the masculine energy with regards to money in you, you can work day and night. You can work until you drop dead. Okay. Because you are moving all the time. Okay. Oh, I must do this. I must do this. I must do this. I must do that. Okay. The female one is the one that enjoys. The female one is the one that feels, wow, what it's like to have money. So you need both. So if you have too much feminine, oh, it's like, oh, what is it like to have a lot of money and all that? You feel the goodness, but you don't want to work for it. You just manifest in your thoughts and sit down there and think that, okay, the money is come. No, it's not going to come. Okay. If you're a person who have too much masculine energy with regards to money, you are always doing marketing, you're always talking to people, you're always planning, okay, how many person I have to talk to this month in order to make this amount of money and all that. You forget to actually feel and enjoy the money. So here is saying that you need to have both. You need to have a balance of both. So you make the money, you also enjoy the money. So both. Okay. All right. So here is about when you make money, don't forget spirituality. You are a spiritual being and don't cut off from connecting with divine. Okay. Because the spiritual abundance, the divine abundance, okay, with regards to money is all with the divine. Okay, so this one is talking about seeing everything, every part of you, even making money is a divine experience, is a divine journey. Okay, yeah. So therefore, your ethics, your morality, when you make money from people, do you have your humanity? Okay, so therefore, we don't cheat. We don't take advantage of people. Okay, because making money, getting rich is part of your divine experience. Yeah. Okay, crown chakra. Taking authority of your own life. So instead of following others blindly like a flag in the wind, this one is about charting your own path. Okay, making money is along the way, by the way. So what is it that I can shape my life into the kind of life that I want, and at the same time, it allows me to earn money and enjoy my life. Okay, so that authority. So don't lose sight of your path as you are pursuing riches, your abundance. All right. So this Healy is all talking about balance. You have to balance everything. Then only when you have the money, you have everything. Not that when you have money, you lost everything. That is not the kind of life that we want. So the kind of life that we want is when you have money, you have everything. Okay, all right. Soul, responsibility for your own issues. Okay, so this one is talking about our accountability to our creator as we are pursuing everything. Okay, so don't lose sight. And then unity, respecting everything that exists. Because if you look at the world these days, right, there's a lot of imbalance. Correct or not? We kill the plants and then we put a lot of buildings. Yeah, the construction people make a lot of money, but at the expense of forests and plants and all the habitat. So here, the crown chakra is to remind us that when you are pursuing money, okay, you have to respect everything that is in existence. Okay? Yeah. So we have to have that love and care for everything. So you can still have abundance while taking care of other people, not hurting people, animal, plants. Okay? Unnecessarily. Okay. So for 2026, if you want to manifest money, you have to set a goal. Okay? And don't come out with what, don't come out with just a magical number. Okay. Sometimes you're like, okay, at the start of the year, everybody was like, okay, I have my New Year resolution. And what is the amount? No, sometimes when you pluck the money out of the air like that, right, it does not make sense to you. You don't feel it, you see or not? So what you need to do is if you only have to manage your own family personal finances or your business finances, you have a separate chart and you have to think through some areas. These are just some examples. You can have your own, right? So you can look back at last year's expenses and then from last year's expenses, how many times more you want to double. Okay. So let's say if it's 100K, 100K, for responsibility, your food, your utilities, tax, loans, everything. For your growth, you spend 100K for all the training, buy your best laptop, desktop, go for retreats, healing and all that. Or charity, give money to your parents, your spouse, your children's education, holidays, and what you want to save for your future. Okay, so last year, how much you spent? And then this year, how much you intend to either double or triple, how much more you want. So that number should not be an imaginary number. It should be as close to what you want to achieve. Okay. Now, why do you need that? Because you have to attach feelings to it. Okay. That means if you manifest, let's say 200K this year to give. So you got to sit down when you're doing the manifestation, later on I'll tell you, is imagine what this amount of money can do to a certain charity that you want to support. Okay? If it's for holiday, okay, you have to visualize when you have this amount of money, exactly where are you going to have the holiday? Have you started planning for your holiday? Okay. Which location? Wow. Can you imagine which spot you're going to take your family photograph and things like that? So it has to be vivid. It has to be the amount of money that you want to spend. Okay. You must be able to see in your mind and how much happiness is going to bring to you. Okay. So that is the feminine part, to be able to perceive and feel how you will be like when the money comes to you. Okay, the money has to come alive. So that's the part that a lot of us want to manifest this amount, which is a big number, but you do not know how to break down the number into what. So it's just a number. When it's a number, it doesn't mean anything to you. If it has no significance to you, you can't materialize it. Okay, you can't bring it down to the 3D. Okay, all right. Now, At the same time, when you're doing all this, right, observe your thoughts, your feelings, your body reaction for 2 weeks, because some of you are asking, how do I get all this money thing, okay, from the aura? Okay, yeah. So how do you actually scan particularly for money? You can't scan particularly for money, okay? You can't analyze just specific for money. But if you were to do the analysis for aura for, for 1 month, this money thing that comes out is going to come out. It's not like, okay, I sit down here, one scan and it's coming out all those that's related to money. No, I have to collect, I have to collect. I have been using Aura for 3 years already. So I collect. What I do is every day, I will scan the Aura. Whatever comes out, I always take a screenshot, everything that comes out, screenshot. Now, if you were to do this for 1 month, you look back at that 1 month, you pull out all those that is related to money. And it will actually give you a profile of your energetic field with regards to money. Okay? So it's not one time you do, money comes out. No. Okay? Keep doing. And then you will find that those that are stubborn will keep appearing. Then you know that, oh, that is actually one of my major issue because it keep appearing. It keeps coming back. Those that are easy to correct and change one, you find that it will just go away, disappear. But the stubborn ones, that means the major pillar that is obstructing you are the ones that will keep appearing. Even after 1 year, you will find that they are still there. Okay? Those are the ones that are the most resistant and hardest to change. Okay, not? All right. So you have to start noticing your thoughts, your feelings, your body reaction. Which part feels tight? When you pay bills, small bills and big bills. Okay. If you have to pay 10,000, wow, watch. Observe which part. Is it the heart that is like contracting, or your muscles? Okay, or your whole face starts to crunch. Okay, when you buy something, when you give money to people, okay, maybe you're so happy that you can give money. When your child wants something, it's like, okay, yes. Okay, yeah, mommy will buy for you, dad will buy for you. Okay, so you're so ready and so happy. So you watch, is that a happy feeling or is that a sad feeling? Okay, so how do you feel when other people have more money than you? Okay, when it comes to a traffic light, right? You park your car there and then next to you is a Ferrari. How do you feel about the person who is driving the Ferrari and you are in your small car, for example? Do you feel happy for that person, or do you feel that, you know, yeah, show off? Okay, lah. Yeah. Okay. Or you look with admiration, or you can see yourself at the steering wheel, that you are the one who is driving the car. So observe what are the thoughts that comes to your mind, because you can't sit down there and think, okay, what are my obstacles with money? You can't. It will show up in all these places, and you catch. It's like, oh, actually, I feel jealousy when somebody is richer than me. Okay. Yeah. Then you know that that is something that you need to change. Yeah. So what happens when you set your goal and you don't achieve your goals? Do you belittle yourself? Okay. Do you feel that I don't deserve it? Or do you tell yourself that, hey, there's no failure. I've learned something. What have I learned through this experience, although I didn't achieve my goals? So observe how you self-talk, So this is what I said here. Collate all these statements through screenshots. That's how I collect. If you want to collate through the PDF, you can also. At the top, there's the 3 dots, right? You can email to yourself the PDF, and you can collect the PDF over time. Look at it. Okay. So those that are meaningful or significant to you, you can have a notebook and you can start writing down all those statements, the negative ones. Okay. And what are the positive ones are starting to show up for you. So that is your own transformation journey. This is actually better than spending thousands of dollars to go and attend those transformation where they ask you to think where is your problem, because I've attended a lot. At the end of the day, they ask me to think for myself, where are all my obstacles? And here, aura analysis, the coach analysis is telling me where are all my problems. So all I need to do is to record down and pay attention. Okay. Now, your money energy baseline. Okay. Contractive thoughts. Every time when you spend, do you feel fear? It's like every time you spend, it's like, oh no, less in my bank account. Okay. Yeah. You buy something for yourself, buy a nice piece of clothing, then after that you feel guilty. I should not have bought this. I should have spent the money elsewhere. Okay. Shame, insecure. You feel stress. Okay. Now what? Now I have to go and make the money back again. All right. Do you always play safe? Or you feel resentment every time you have to spend money? Okay. Then what do you notice about your money? Every time you spend money, right? Do money comes in through your, let's say, your monthly income, then the money go out, then it's gone. Every month you find that the money will comes in at the beginning of the month, and then it will drop, 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 drop. And then after that, the money comes in again the next month, then it drop, 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 drop. Okay. So that means there are no other sources of income. And therefore, it's like spend. Every time you spend, money drop. Every time you spend, money drop. Okay. This is showing that the amount of money that you have now is not your baseline. Your baseline is actually lower. So therefore, your money that you have now, you can't keep. So it goes down, 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 down. Okay. Now, if you spend, treat money as your friend, right? We said there's a relationship, right? Now, whenever you have to pay in your heart, contractive means what? Expensive. You go for a dinner, $100. My gosh, so expensive. That is contractive. Okay? Expensive means when you go for dinner, don't care whether the food is good or bad. It's not the food, but how you feel at the end of it is like, wow, that's money well spent. Okay, I rewarded my family. They had a good time. Okay, yeah. So you are grateful. It's like, wow, I actually can afford this kind of meal. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, money, for flowing through me. Okay, then you had fun. Food may not be good, but wow, I had such a good time with my wife. I have such a good time catching up with people. So you are proud that you can afford it. Okay, you are grateful. You are a happy spender. Okay, and then you talk to your money. There's this person, Lenka. She talks to her money. So before she spend her money, instead of saying it's expensive, she talks to her money and says, you are leaving me only for a short while. Okay, temporary. Okay, you are leaving me only for a short while. Okay, yeah. So come back to me with more. All right, come back to me double. Come back to me triple. Come back to me 10 times. And this lady, Lenka Lutonska, she actually, her business became bankrupt. And at one point of time, she only had $7 in her bank account. She cannot even afford a meal. And when your bank money is so low, how do you feel happy spending? And that was what she adopted. So she has to change her feeling, you see. It cannot be contractive. It cannot like fear. It's like, oh no, if I have $7, I buy one meal, I buy something for $3, it's going to be $4 left. And then you feel everything contract, right? Fear, insecure. So she has to tell herself that every time she spends money, the money is going to come back to her manifold so that she will be happy spending. Okay, so she wants to change her relationship with money. So there was this one time she decided to give a $10 note to a beggar on the street. So before she gave, she herself already is very, very tight with money. So what she did was, when she was parting with the money, she told the money that you're going to come back to me in tenfold. So she is training, rewiring her whole entire nervous system. Okay, you know what happened that day? She said, soon after she gave that $10 away, she closed a sale that is $99. She actually tenfold whatever she sent out. So you can actually see where is your relationship with money. Every time you spend, right? Does money come back in? Okay. So that means when you spend, money come back in terms of your sales, in terms of your stocks, okay, whichever way. All right. Or you spend money and then somebody buy you lunch, somebody buy you dinner and all that. That's also counted as money coming in because you don't have to spend. So if the amount of money that you spend $10 come back again $10, that means that is your money baseline. Okay. Yeah. If you spend $10, it comes back to you $50. Okay, meaning that your money baseline can actually be higher. So it's actually rising, rising, rising. So when it's not how much you spend, it's when you spend, when the money leaves you, will it come back to you again? If it's not your money, even if you get a big sum of money, it will come in and then it will U-turn and then it will leave you. Okay, meaning that your money baseline is actually lower than what you have received. Okay, so if you spend $10, then after that, you close a sale that is $5. Okay, meaning that the exchange is not what you spend yet, but you slowly expand, 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 expand. Okay, so you expand that way. Now, how to change all your wiring has to do with your biology. Okay, now there's this part here, a very, very primitive part of the brain, which is the brain stem here. This part that is in pink over here. This is actually the reticular activating system. Okay, so this part here in the primitive brain, okay, when we are less developed, this is the part that senses danger. So it's always picking up danger. And when it pick up danger, it will send that signal of danger to the thalamus, this part of the brain. And then the thalamus will filter your belief, your goals, and all that. So it will say every time you spend money, it says danger, danger, bank account dropping, the sum of money dropping, dropping, dropping. So it will then send to all parts of your brain, and what you get is cortisol, stress hormones. So you feel so stressed every time you spend money. So we have to change this wiring to every time you spend money, it's safe. Okay, you have to turn it to the thalamus will say you are safe, no danger, so that you slowly change such that it starts to give up dopamine. Dopamine is your happy hormone. So you start to feel, spending money is good. Spending money is good. So you will relax your whole entire system with regards to money. Okay. Yeah. So if you have fear when you look at your numbers, stress and all that is actually your nervous system also. Okay. So you got to change all this nervous system. So how to change this? It is your vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is actually for relaxation. So when you are contracting, when you feel different parts of your body, whether your liver tightens when you spend money, your stomach tightens when you spend money. So we have to now activate the vagus nerve to actually relax. Relax. Okay, you are not in danger. You are safe when you do something. Okay, so we have to change the programming this way. All right. Okay, so last time we talked about fight or flight. When you sense danger, your body will either go towards it or move away of it, run. But this part here is freeze. You feel trapped. So with regards to money, is you feel not enough, you feel fearful, okay? And therefore it prevents you from doing something about the money. Then what we want to get towards is the bottom one, the green one here. That when you think of money is joy. When you think of money, wow, is curiosity. I can try this, I can try that. When you think of money is compassion, is to support. give charity, people like that. Okay, not so we want to change our nervous system. All right, and the way to change the nervous system is to actually use frequency. We'll talk about that. So if your nervous system, if you have contracting feelings about money, you are actually freezing. All right. So what we want to do is when you see money is opportunity, you want to change that. So we use frequency. And McMakin, look at all this. You see nerves here. It's actually your nervous system. You see vagus. Okay. Vagus harmony. If you seldom use, you can actually use this to reprogram yourself. All right. Relax. That means you want your system to relax. So that means when you spend money, you find that your whole system is so tight and stressful. You can run this program. And as you run this program, okay, either the money that you intend to spend to buy something, right? You find that you are struggling to make that decision, right? You can vibrate this program and then think of the money that you want to spend and where you want to spend it and turn it into the enjoyment. So with this amount of money, if you spend, what does it mean to your business? You can raise it to another level. All right. If you do this and spend this amount of money, what does it mean for the children? Okay. For your family. So when you change it into satisfaction, enjoyment, okay, it's a good investment. So you reprogram your mind to tell your mind that it's safe. It's safe. So that when you make that transaction, okay, your whole body will relax, okay, and not contract. So you slowly change the way your body respond. You change the way your reticular activating system is telling your thalamus, okay? So send dopamine, happy hormone, instead of sending cortisol and put your whole body into stress. Okay, then every time you spend money, your body stress. You spend money, your body stress. No, you want to change that. When I spend money, my body feels happy. So when you're happy, you're sending that signal out there. Okay, so you see we have thalamus, which is this part here, the vagus system, your nervous system. Brain here is actually for all this part here. Okay, emotions will also help you to regulate your negative emotions towards money. Sleep, when it comes to sleep, you actually get the delta and the theta, which I mentioned earlier. Delta and theta is the one that you get from your mother's womb until the age of 7, delta theta. So if you want to change, you can actually do it through sleep as well. You can run the sleep program and then tell yourself what are the things, what are the messages that you want to reprogram by doing that. So you don't have to use the sleep program while sleeping. So you do meditation, right? You want to do your manifestation, right? You can actually run manifestation using any of these programs here. You see or not? Because it's only about 30 minutes. So you can, in that 30 minutes, you can run the sleep program, but not because you're sleeping. You run the sleep program because of the theta and delta waves that's inside. And you have all your aura statement, right? Now, below that statement there is the desired state, right? Desired state is where you want to reprogram your brain to adopt that bottom statement instead of the top statement. So you can actually run the sleep program MagHealy, but you have collection of all your aura desired state. Read to yourself all those desired statement. And then that will put into through the delta theta waves into your brain. Okay, so that is how you can change that. So you can use emotions, you can use brain, you can use nerves, you can use vagus and thalamus. You can run any of these, and in that 30 minutes, use that. Okay, if you have other recordings from, let's say, other manifester, affirmations and all that, sometimes they have recording of 10 minutes affirmation. You can run any of this. Okay, you can sit in a meditative statement. You can put on your earphone and listen to the affirmations. Okay, and let the frequency do the work for you. That can be done. Okay, yeah, so that can be part of your manifestation steps that you can do. Okay. Now, the other one that can help you to broadcast not just to your mind, but to broadcast where, to broadcast to the universe. Remember, I said there is a Healy that is inbuilt in you. The Healy that is inbuilt in you that can broadcast to the universe is your pineal gland. Pineal gland. Okay? Yeah, which is your intuition. We always say it opens up your intuition. Okay, so there is a trilogy. Okay, a trilogy. The pituitary, the thalamus, and the pineal. This is the broadcasting station. Okay, so from just now, the brainstem, your reticular activating system will broadcast to your thalamus and pituitary. So this one will work at the body level. Okay, it will work through hormones that are stimulated to release. So it affects you at the hormonal level in your body, and the hormones actually affect how your body feels, your feelings. So how you feel about money through this, it actually broadcasts to your whole body how to feel about money, and that will affect your relationship with money. Now, if you want to broadcast to the universe, your intention is through the pineal gland. Okay, so you can actually use thalamus, brain, sleep. You can also use the pineal gland, your third eye chakra, to actually do broadcasting. So broadcasting means what? You can actually run the third eye chakra program that has the frequency to opens up and communicate with your pineal, and then set your intention. Just now I asked you to do all the planning, the money and all that, right? So while you are planning all your money, you can actually use this kind of frequencies as well. Okay, so don't be limited to, oh, I don't have manifest infinity. How am I going to do manifestation? There are many ways that you can do manifestation. So if you have manifest infinity, which is 1 hour and 43 minutes, you can run that and then do what I've told you earlier. Okay. Yeah. Instead of wearing it and then, you watch TV, okay, and then your mind is blank and all that. So you are actually putting in all the wrong messages. All right. So you can do it more intentionally. That's why I said consciousness. You do it more consciously than just vibrating the program without having any intention or having any thoughts, right? If you have the Dr. Hepdang, the abundance program, you can use that as well. If you do not know what I'm talking about, means you don't have. Okay. If you don't have, then you use just now the other programs that you have. Everybody will have, okay, 1 or 2 programs that you have one. So if you have Healy Obsidian, you will have the Boost Abundance Energy, which is about 30 minutes. So in this 30 minutes, do it consciously. That means vibrate. You can vibrate with a coil. You can vibrate with the electrodes. You can vibrate with your high wave. Okay. So while you're vibrating, plan your finances, plan your business. Okay. Yeah. So that 30 minutes become intentional. How you want to broadcast that this is what I want. Okay. If you have the mind wave, which one do you use? Each of this program here has a specific frequency range. All right. So you will use which one? You will use delta. Delta is recreation. All right. So you can use it in this sequence to do the seeding of your intention. You can run first recreation. Okay. Recreation where you think how you feel when you have this amount of money, the amount of money that you want. Okay. Oh, what are all the responsibilities you have? Spend on what? Spend on your holidays. Imagine what your holidays will be like. Okay. If you want to manifest the amount of money for your holidays, then do the whole thing. That is just your holiday. Make it very, very intense. Okay. So you can do recreation first, then you go to theta, which is creativity. Creativity is for your imagination. Recreation is for you to actually relax your mind. You can first listen to affirmation to relax your mind. And then creativity is where you start visualizing, wow, this amount of money. When I receive it, how will I feel? What will my family be like? Things like that. What will my life be like? Use your creativity to go and imagine, right? After you imagine, then alpha, Okay, is where you put in all the possibilities. Okay, how good you are. Okay, to boost up your confidence. Beta, gamma is your action plan. So now, what is my action plan for my business? What am I going to do? Okay, when am I going to do my shopping for my holiday and etc.? When am I going to buy my air tickets and all that? So that will be your beta, gamma. So you can do that through the whole process if you want to manifest a holiday. Okay, yeah, so becomes more intense. You can use your Healy coach as well. You can pick finances. Okay, since we're talking about finances today, it will be your goal, your career, your finances. So you can pick these areas, or you can pick areas that are red, yellow, orange, light green. Up to you. It's really up to you. You can put in your statement, or you can choose statements that are related to money and then do the vibration. If you write your own statements, there are a few examples here. All right. Now, it's not how to write the statements. No, it's your imagination of what you want when you have it that you actually put it down. Okay. I'm happy that the universe brings wealth and abundance to me. Before what date? I will have a job with whatever benefits. So you imagine what you want to have. And this person actually, without even submitting the CV, without even sending her CV to any company, it was the previous company years back that she went for an interview, called her to offer a job. Okay. And the salary was exactly what she or he wanted. And then she wanted 2 days a week working from home, and she got it as well. Everything exactly as what she wanted. Okay. Then here, renting out a home. Okay. This is for rental income. So this person actually put in the statement and then got what she wanted. Okay. This one is selling ambulance. Okay. So this is the business. All right. And then sold all the 6 ambulance to just one client. Okay. And then those who want seed funding, took part in a pitching competition and then got the first, and then 300,000 to start on her idea. Yeah. So resources that you need, okay, a promotion that you want, whether it's in Healy or in your workplace and all that, it can also be fulfilled as well. Okay. All right. So you can also use MagHealy, energy clearing, prosperity, and coherence. These 3. Okay. You can atmosphere, you can run as long as you want, right? So you can do like 15 to 20 minutes of energy clearing. Clear your space first, clear your thoughts, everything, sit at the proper table. And then prosperity is when you do your planning. Okay. Yeah, because when you want to plan regarding to money issue, whether you want to do investment, whether you want to do any important transaction, okay, you can use prosperity because it is a lot of actually the brain frequency, alpha, beta, theta, gamma, and all that, that will actually help you in your thinking process. Coherence is where it helps you to align body, mind, soul. Okay, so after you have done the planning, you do your coherence where you put your thoughts into your body, your feeling. Feel the expansion, don't feel the contraction. So when you do the coherence, it is where you start to feel the expansion. Okay, yeah, put in all the positivity to train your body. Actually, you have to train your body. Okay, so this is what you can do. Use the aura. Okay. Besides using the aura to find out what are your limiting patterns with regards to money, you can vibrate as long as you want. Somebody asked how long to actually vibrate. I vibrate for 9 hours. Okay, because I have one device just for aura. Okay, I have one device just for aura. Okay. Then night or day, I do it in the day. Okay. Because I find that I cannot sleep if I do it at night because it also activate my chakra system, which become too energetic for me. So you got to try whether night suits you better or day suits you better. Yeah, duration is entirely up to you. Even 27 minutes is fine, all right? Because it all has to do with not just during that 27 minutes alone, but throughout the day, you have to keep becoming aware of your limiting patterns and reprogram and change it. Okay. So when it comes to aura, you can't choose any specific area. It will choose for you. So it comes in a mixture of relationship, your relationship with God, everything. Okay. So random issues in your life. So you can't limit to one. So you have to do a bit of homework to classify. Whatever comes out, I do my screenshot and then I start classifying them. So I have a document where I put the screenshot into different categories that I can see. Oh, money category, I'll plonk it there. And then when I want to revisit, money is here. When I want to look at my relationship, okay, then I will have another document. These are all the statements that come up with respect to my relationship. So when I want to work on manifesting relationship, then I'll go to the relationship one and do the same, like what I'm showing you here. Okay. Then, okay, so broadcasting your internal body is how you feel your body tightness. And then broadcast to the universe will be your pineal gland, your coherence. Okay, I forgot the pineal gland. Pineal gland is the third one, universe broadcast. Coherence, okay, when your mind, body, your soul are all in coherence, that's where you can very easily materialize what you want. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, you don't have. Okay, so you may not have all the programs that I mentioned here, but you will have at least one of the programs that I mentioned here. Okay, so everyone will have at least one program to work on. Okay, then coach essential oil. Yeah, you can use essential oil. You can use plant power if you have. So the statements that comes out, collect them, bring to your awareness that you have that. Okay, so some are written in a positive way. That can become your affirmation statement when you want to put in the positive information into your mind. Okay, so remember, I said balance your masculine and your feminine. Masculine is whenever you make money goal and all your action plan, all the to-do list regarding to money, that is your masculine energy. Okay, your feminine energy is the feeling. Okay, feel what happens to your body. Project the positive feelings. Okay, project the joy, project the success feeling and all that. That is the feminine part, the embodiment, the feeling. All right, to feel that okay, money is limitless. So that is the feminine part. That means not action, but the feeling. Masculine is all the actions that you need to take. Okay, so balance these two. Don't just do all the imagination, feel. You don't go and meet your customers, nothing will happen. Okay, so it has to be a balance of masculine and feminine. Okay, so anyone can manifest, even your children, you can actually start to teach them how to do manifestation because they watch you and they will pick up your relationship with money. So therefore, if you have young children, okay, so teach them how to do manifestation for money. Okay, show them as well how they can actually be relating to money as their friend. Okay, so like what I said, it must be balanced. Don't have money and then lost everything. So you have money plus everything else in your life, always for the highest good. Do not harm anyone in the process. Okay, and the speed depends on whether you are conscious or unconscious. Conscious means all your body, mind, soul is also aligned. You feel so good about the goal that you have set. Okay, unconscious, all over the place. Your energy are all over the place means today I want this. 2 weeks later, you forgot about this. And then after that, you change your mind. I want something else. So the energy that you send out is not an impact energy. It's not the signal that the universe take you seriously, you know. Yeah. So you want the universe to take you seriously, it will be the bottom diagram. It's like, this is what I want. I'm not going to shift from it. Okay. Then the universe will say, yes, I hear you. Then the faster you will get what you want. Okay. But if you keep shifting every day, then you can't get what you want. All right. So vibrate the Healy programs, but now we do it more consciously with intention, aligning your physical body as well, and then turn it into reality. Okay. Be patient. You just have to trust, okay, that things are happening. All right. So it's like, you know, when I upload my video into YouTube, I realized that this is similar to manifesting. Okay. So whatever goals that you have, when you broadcast outside, right, you're uploading, 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 uploading. Then after that, the universe have to receive your message. It's like, okay, I'm processing your requests. Okay, then they check. Then after finish checking and all that, finally you see that, hey, my YouTube is published, you know. Now, how fast you can materialize depend on your file size. That means how big is your goal. Okay, if you want to manifest something very, very big, it's difficult. Very slow. If your internet bandwidth is slow. Internet bandwidth is your ability to broadcast with minimal interference. So if you're very slow, then it takes a long time. So you can actually break it up. Remember, I said you break up into different category. Okay. This week, you manifest your holiday. Another week, you manifest your savings. Another week, you manifest your the money for your training, okay, for your personal growth and all that. So when you cut them into smaller segments, your file size becomes smaller, okay, then it becomes easier for you to actually broadcast what you want. All right. Okay. Yeah. So your energy baseline right now, remember it is the energy from your past and now as well. So every one of us are different. Some carries more karmic energy from the past. Okay, karmic energy can be good and can also be delaying us. The good one means if you have accumulated a lot of good karmic energy with respect to money, this life is so easy. Enjoy yourself. But if you have accumulated karmic energy from the past that is unhelpful, then you have to do a lot of clearing. Okay, so you don't give up, you don't stop. Okay, we do not know where we are. So your attitude is like using all the tools that you can to speed things up, to increase your uploading bandwidth, to reduce the interference, to make your bandwidth wider so that it's easy to send out and easy for the money to come into your life. You can do that. At the same time, you have to trust in life. Okay, it's the knowing, you don't shift. It's like you know that the entire universal creative force out there is conspiring to help you. Okay. Yeah. So the moment you send something out with seriousness, with commitment, they receive your knowledge and they will help you. Okay, all you need to do is align. That means my masculine activity must align. I don't say, and then I sit here, I don't meet clients, I don't do anything, nothing will happen. So I do what is within my responsibility. I don't avoid, I don't run away from it. Okay, I align at the body level, mental level, my feelings, and my soul purpose is aligned. Okay, so what I'm doing is all aligned in that way. And have confidence in yourself as well that you are the entire universal creative force. Okay. You are the manifester. Okay. The universe will give you everything that you need, your resources, your intelligence, your confidence, your gift, everything for you to create. Okay. Yeah. So use your gift to create something useful and definitely the wealth will come to you. It's just a matter of time. When? That's all. Okay. So how to control self-sabotage and procrastination is all part of your thing. So you just have to acknowledge it. Okay. When it comes up, you just have to acknowledge it that, yeah, okay, so this is my sabotaging. So what you do is Healy will always give you the positive one, right? They always show you your current state and then your desired state, right? So you override with your desired state. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. So we have come to the end. I'm so sorry I'm taking like so much time. Actually, I'm supposed to have shorter sessions because this year Petra is not training. I'm the only one training. So our question and answer will be according to what is in the session. So week 1, okay, will be the topic. And then I'll see you again on the 3rd week, 22nd of Jan. Okay, so all these videos will be recorded and then put on the Healy World Learning Hub. So those of you who need translation to other languages, you will actually go there and then select your language for the translation. We are trying this out so that more people can actually benefit from the session. So during our session, I will only take in questions that are related to that particular session that day. Okay, so on the 22nd of Jan, we talk about manifesting health through consciousness and frequency. Okay, and then all the other questions that you have, you can ask on the 29th of Jan, the last week of the last Thursday of every month will be Q&A. So any questions that is related to Healy MagHealy, you can ask Dr. Michael Chen and myself. So both of us will be there. All right. So it will be in Chinese, English. We will answer all your questions there. And there will also be a new Facebook that you can join. Okay. And that's where we will record the Q&A and then we'll put the Q&A into the Facebook because it has to be closed so that when we talk about medical conditions and all that is not out in the open. Okay or not? Yeah, because certain claims are sensitive, so we have to be very careful. We cannot put it in public. So we are going to put them into a closed group so that we are more free to talk about all these issues. Okay, all right. And in future, for these sessions that we have while I'm doing the training, I would like to encourage those who have good experience with Healy and all the methods that we have taught you. If you have positive experience to prepare, like at the end of the sessions, that I will invite you to come and share. Okay, share so that everybody can learn from one another. Okay, how you improvise. You don't have to take whatever that I share 100%, right? So each of us have our intuition and the creativity to improvise. I did this, I tried this, and then what's the result? So we are going to use this Thursday platform. I will share. Hopefully I don't drag so long. And then after that, we can have like half an hour for you to share your testimonials. Okay? Yeah, because we want to hear also all your positive results. And your positive results will really encourage and give hope to another person. Okay, so other questions with all the health issues and all that, we will bring them to last Thursday of the month. And then if you can't attend or join, you will then go to the Facebook to actually join and watch the recording from there. You can also post your questions there. If you can't wait for 1 month to ask your questions, so you go to the Facebook group, you post the question there, and then Dr. Michael Chen, myself, we will answer from there. Okay? Yeah, so we'll try to give you more better responses, quicker responses. Okay. And this month is really a month of manifestation and you get to learn from so many different people. Okay. One has just passed yesterday. If you've missed it, don't miss the next one, which is on the 14th of January. Yeah. How to be socially magnetic and grow your business. And then the 21st. Okay. Mr. Sharma will share about mind-blowing problem-solving techniques. And the last week of the month, Mr. Jet To will be sharing about goal setting. Okay, so you see, you are so privileged to learn from so many different people, each one coming from different angles. Okay, each one giving you different aspect, because I can't be possibly sharing everything. For me, I will be sharing very, very close to the Healy and the MagHealy programs. Okay, the others will come from all the different angles. So don't miss any of this. Okay, if you don't have the flyer, take a screenshot and then make sure that you attend them. Okay, and then this Saturday is the kickoff for Healy World. So if you haven't registered yet, please go to your email. The title of your email will be this: 2026 is your year. So if you have missed the email, go back to the email and click on the link to register for this Saturday. All right, this Saturday. It will be exciting to listen to the plans for this year. And who are the people who will be on board sharing? The presenters will be all of these wonderful leaders who have so much to share about their successes. Okay, we can absorb so much from there. So I hope to see you on Saturday. All right, thank you so much for attending this session. I believe I've answered most of the questions in the chat. Okay, it's a long session. I thank you so much for staying on with me. All right, so thank you. I'll see you Saturday, if not 22nd. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Christi.
Thank you. Thank you, Christi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christi.
Thank you, Christi.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. It is very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Christi.
So
That
very
was
good.
amazing.
Thank
God
you.
bless
Bless you,
you.
dear.
God
Yes,
Bless you.
wonderful.
Thank you,
Bless
dear.
you.